Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I woke up choking on my own breath. Again. It felt like my lungs were full of dust, like something invisible was sitting on my chest, pressing down just enough to keep me alive, but barely. My throat burned. My stomach twisted. And the worst part wasn't the pain. It was the pattern. Every morning like clockwork. I rolled onto my side, coughing into the pillow, trying not to wake her. But she stirred anyway. "Ethan?" my wife mumbled, her voice thick with sleep. "You okay?" "Yeah," I lied, forcing the words out between shallow breaths. "Just bad sleep." She pushed herself up on one elbow, her hair falling messily over her face. "You've been saying that for 2 weeks." "I know." I sat up slowly, waiting for the dizziness to pass. "I've got a doctor's appointment today." She nodded, but something in her expression lingered too long. Not concern exactly. Something tighter. Controlled. "Good," she said. "You need to figure this out." I remember thinking how strange that sounded. Not we. Not let's figure this out. Just you. At the time I ignored it. I wish I hadn't. The tests came back clean. Blood work. Scans. Allergy panels. Everything. "Physically, you're fine," the doctor said, scrolling through my chart. "No infection. No chronic illness. No toxins showing up in your system." Then why do I feel like I'm dying every morning? He gave me that careful, practiced look doctors use when they don't have answers. "Stress can manifest physically," he said. "Any recent changes in your life?" I almost laughed. My life's been the same for years. Same job. Same house. Same wife. Same routines. But something had changed. I just couldn't see it clearly yet. Started with small things. Missed calls. I'd come home and find her phone face down on the counter, screen lighting up silently with notifications she'd swipe away too quickly. "Spam," she'd say, not meeting my eyes. Or, "Work stuff. You wouldn't care." She started going to bed later. Waking up earlier. Showering at odd times. First I thought maybe I was the problem. The stress. The sickness. Maybe I was imagining things. But then came the messages. One night, she left her phone in the living room while she went upstairs. It buzzed once. Then again. I wasn't going to check. I swear I wasn't. But then the third buzz came and something in my gut twisted. Not the sick feeling I'd been waking up with, but something sharper. Picked it up. The screen lit up instantly. "Did you give it to him yet?" My stomach dropped. Before I could process it, another message came in. "You said it was working." I froze. My hands felt cold, numb, like they didn't belong to me. And then I heard her footsteps coming down the stairs. I put the phone back exactly where it was, my heart slamming against my ribs. She walked in, saw me sitting there, and paused. "Everything okay?" she asked. I forced a smile. "Yeah, just waiting for you." She picked up her phone casually, but I saw it, the quick glance at the screen, the flicker of tension in her jaw. "Let's go to bed," she said. That night I didn't sleep. The next morning was worse. Way worse. I woke up gasping, my chest tight, my vision blurred at the edges. I stumbled out of bed and barely made it to the bathroom before I threw up. My hands were shaking. My reflection looked wrong. Pale. Hollow. Like something was slowly draining me from the inside. And for the first time, a thought crossed my mind that I couldn't ignore. What if this isn't stress? What if someone's doing this to me? I ended up in the hospital 2 days later. Dehydration, they said. Weakness. They hooked me up to fluids and ran more tests. That's where I met her. The nurse. Her name was Lila, and she had this quiet, observant way about her. The kind of person who noticed things others didn't. She was checking my vitals when her eyes drifted to my neck. "Nice necklace," she said. I instinctively touched it. It was a simple chain with a small metallic pendant, nothing fancy. My wife had given it to me a month ago. "Anniversary gift," I said. "Why?" She didn't answer right away. Instead, she stepped closer, her brow furrowing slightly. "Do you mind if I take a closer look?" Something in her tone made my stomach tighten. "Sure." She gently lifted the pendant, turning it between her fingers. Then she went very still. "Where did you say you got this?" "My wife," I said, my voice suddenly unsteady. "Why?" She hesitated. And in that hesitation, Everything inside me started to unravel. "This might sound strange," she said slowly, "but I've seen something like this before." "Okay. It's not just a pendant," she continued. "It's a compartment." My pulse spiked. "What?" She pressed lightly along the edge, and with a faint click, the pendant popped open. Inside was a tiny, almost invisible capsule. My breath caught. "What is that?" Her expression turned serious. "I don't know exactly," she said, "but I've seen similar setups used to deliver small doses of substances over time, usually through skin contact." The room felt like it tilted. "No," I said immediately. "No, that's not. This was a gift. My wife gave this to me." She met my eyes, calm but firm. "I think you need to ask her about it." I didn't wait. I checked myself out against medical advice and drove home with shaking hands. She was in the kitchen when I walked in, humming softly like everything was normal, like I wasn't falling apart. "Hey," she said, smiling. "You're back early." I slammed the necklace onto the counter. Her smile disappeared instantly. "What is this?" I demanded. She stared at it, at the open pendant, at the tiny capsule inside, and in that moment I saw it. The truth. Not in her words. In her silence. "I asked you," I said, my voice breaking. "What is this?" Her eyes filled with tears. "I didn't think it would get this bad," she whispered. The words hit harder than anything else. "What did you do to me?" She covered her mouth, shaking her head. I needed time," she said. "I needed you to slow down, to depend on me again." I stared at her, not understanding. "What are you talking about?" "You were pulling away," she said, her voice cracking. "Always at work. Always distracted. I felt like I was losing you. So you poisoned me?" "It wasn't supposed to hurt you," she cried. "Just make you tired. Keep you home more. Keep you with me." I felt something inside me shatter. Every morning. Every breath. Every moment of confusion and fear. It wasn't random. It was her. "You made me think I was dying," I said quietly. "I'm sorry," she sobbed. "I didn't know what else to do." I stepped back, putting distance between us. "There were a million things you could have done," I said. "Talk to me. Fight with me. Leave me." My voice hardened. "But you chose this." She reached for me, but I flinched. That seemed to break something in her. "I love you," she whispered. I shook my head slowly. "No," I said. "You loved the version of me you could control." In the weeks that followed, my body slowly recovered.